They banned me for this. This is the video he made. All right, let's watch it. So for a little bit of context, Tyler Oliveira made a video that was critical of a Jewish insular community inside of New Jersey. When he made this video, Patreon not only didn't allow him to monetize this video, but they banned his entire account.
This is what happened about a week ago.
Is that there's been a lot of people who have been crashing out over Tyler Oliveira. People are very, very upset about him making this video, New Jersey's Jewish invasion. And so this has 2 million views. So then Laura Loomer goes out, oh, I pissed off the little wannabe neo-Nazi. Like, Tyler Oliveira is a neo-Nazi? Like, what are we doing? Like, are you insane? Tyler, weren't you just in India attacking Indians by calling them shit-slingers? Well, to be fair, there were Indians and they were shit-slinging. They had a shit-slinging festival. Yeah, it's not racist. Well, what is about, what? So you hate Jews and you hate Indians. So everybody, yeah, everybody is getting really mad at Nick Shirley, too. The GOP has a massive Nazi problem. In my opinion, right, it's like if you're against fraud, you should be against fraud from Somalians. You should be against fraud from Jews. You should be against fraud from white people. If somebody's acting in bad faith, then everybody should be calling it out, of course. So calling me a Nazi is first thing from the truth. I'm simply anti-fraud. I'm not anti-Semitic. Me saying expose it all, referring to all fraud is not anti-Semitic. No, like, I mean, how do you, here's what I think is ironic about this, is that saying that exposing fraud is anti-Semitic is anti-Semitic. Like, it is because it's the presupposition that, like, Jews scam people. Like, it is. Like, what are we doing here? It's the, like, oh, well, you can't say this. You're being anti-Semitic if you're calling out Jews for scamming people. Well, wait a minute. What are you really saying here? Where are we really going with this? I've been very clear, I am simply anti-fraud. The Nazi name calling is so far out there, and it's not even remotely true. The same tactic leftists have used against their opposition for years to incite violence and lies. Fortunately, people are starting to see through it. Wish you the best, Laura, and open to talking if you'd like. My DMs are open. Base Nick? Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, so this is part of the big video.
School board was majority private school owners, you know, mainly Jewish white men, and most of our school was not Jewish. And they had control over our public school system over like the past 10 years, purposely voting no on our school budget vote so that way we would fail, and we lost about 3-2 schools.
Basically. Wait, what? What the fuck?
Through block voting, Orthodox Jews won enough seats to control the East Ramapo School Board and went on to eliminate hundreds of public school positions like teachers and social workers, while approving millions of taxpayer dollars to be spent on their children's religious private schools, ultimately gutting the public school system for the estimated 9,000 black and brown.
See, this is the end consequence of racial and demographic block voting, is that it's PvP. That's fundamentally what it comes down to, is you have people inventing this stuff, making this shit up, and they're just trying to do it. The OG, yeah, exactly. And now you have the different groups of people and interest groups voting against each other's interests so they can cut funding on each other and effectively consolidate all of the money and resources around them and their kids.
On public school students, while diverting that money to their private religious schools.
They give us food that's rotten and it's cold and it hurts our stomach.
I ask you, do not take our music.
Well, I mean, it's goy slop, okay? Like, they're gonna give you, I mean, like, listen, you eat your goy slop, you little kid, and you better fucking like it, okay? If you don't like it, that's anti-Semitic.
Program away. I love playing.
What the hell's wrong with you?
My brother would be crushed.
And the budget cuts were so devastating that in one instance, an elementary school shut down, and the majority Jewish school board then voted to sell it to a Jewish yeshiva.
So let me get this straight, put it in perspective. So what they did is they went in there and they all voted for this, and then they had one get shut down because they kept defunding it, and then after it got shut down, then they bought it. And then they turned it into one of their schools. Man, how about that? Are you not entertained? I am entertained, that's right.
For pennies on the dollar. Basically, the poorest, most vulnerable kids in these communities had their schools gutted and looted, all by a majority Jewish school board whose kids didn't even attend public school.
We believe that some of the decisions that have been made by the board have not been in the best interest of the public school community.
You don't like it, find yourself another place to live.
How was your education?
My education, it was decent, but it definitely could have been better if we had the resources.
What's 8 times 8?
That we were allowed to have. But again, for the past 10, 15 years or so, people
World
have
War
been
II start.
purposely voting no on our school budget vote, so that way we had no funding and money for our school. And, you know, that was done purposely.
6, 7?
Voting no.
Majority, the Jewish community. You, like, drive around here, you'll literally see signs saying vote no for a school budget, which I think is crazy. Luckily, we were able to get a ward system to be able to get 3 seats for you know, the wars, but if it wasn't for that,
isn't it great that we've allowed racial PvP to happen in the United States now? Like, this is the issue, is that, like, I mean, again, you can't have this shit. It's such it's so corrosive, it's so toxic, it's so obnoxious.
Still would be majority white Jewish men voting for public school students that they don't care about. Yeah, and they purposely go out their way to isolate us. We're basically isolated to the point where we feel like this isn't our home.
A lot of people like to say they're ducking taxes and all that. There's truth and lies to that.
I don't know. Nobody knows.
I could only tell you that I've only seen the bad part. The bad part is I've seen houses get broken down. I've seen certain spaces, buildings get destroyed for, let's just say, for more kosher customs. You feel me? So.
Oh my God. I feel, this is the other video about it.
This is Lakewood, New Jersey, one of the largest Orthodox Jewish communities in America. How large are the families out here?
Anywhere from 6 to 12 children.
Damn.
This is probably 99.9% religious. Basically, this community is allowed to police themselves. Yeah, the trash cans. We have a problem now in Jackson with rats, which we've
What the fuck are y'all doing? Damn, can't you throw your shit away?
Had before. They don't want to live amongst us. They don't want to live with us. They just want to live and not have us be part of their lives.
I don't think it was nice how you portrayed the Jewish people.
Are we talking about Curious Joel?
Yes. When you came to Curious Joel, what was the agenda? There was
no agenda. I know what I'd even find.
But there was still an agenda in mind. There's a reason why you came down to Curious.
Well, I think that what his agenda is, this is maybe not something that he would say. His agenda is showing that there are insular communities inside of America that do not have any form of an American identity, and they only operate in their best interest. And I think that making videos exposing these people, I think, draws criticism to it and makes people aware of the problematic nature of these groups. That's the reason why, you know, they say, oh, it's a melting pot. They're not melting, okay? They're not. And so his Patreon got nuked over this. Tyler Oliveira had his entire Patreon deleted over this video. My Patreon got nuked. So if you look right here, Patreon, what is this here? This page has been removed. Let's look it up. Okay, so if I click on this, there it is. It's actually gone. You could say they shut it down. So there it is. And I don't know what else to say. And yeah, I made my own website. We can't upload on YouTube. Early access to all the videos we upload on YouTube. Extended cuts and interviews. Yep, that's good. I'm glad that he obviously did that. It's obviously a good decision. Like, why would Patreon even delete this? I don't even understand. What about this is even wrong? Because, like, and here's the other really big issue, is that what it shows is that there's a double standard. Tyler's video about, you know, like, let's say other fraud, like Minnesota fraud, or, you know, like scammers in France or something like that. All of these things, there is a racial component to these things, because in a lot of these videos, the sub-community that he's talking about is an immigrant, migrant, refugee, or a foreign community in a, you know, a Western country. This is just generally what happens in most of his videos. And so how is it that whenever you're doing this on a very regular basis, that doesn't get called out at the beginning? How is it that now you made this one video that's talking about actual fraud, and then a deliberate, I think, cynical reallocation of resources to Jewish schools over public schools this one gets you demonetized. There are multiple videos that Tyler has done where the subject group that is being criticized very harshly is a minority group, whether it's, again, Africans, Somalians, or, Muslims or something like that. But now that he does a video about Jews, his Patreon gets deleted.
Less than 24 hours. That's how long it took for Patreon to delete my account after I uploaded a video titled, "I exposed New Jersey's Jewish invasion." No warning, no first strike, no option to take down any videos. The entire account deleted overnight. Over the last few years, I've made videos critical of countless groups. Somalis in Minneapolis, Haitians in Springfield, Ohio, corrupt Christian megachurches, Pakistani Muslim rape gangs in England, Indians throwing cow poop at each other, drug addicts, pimps, prostitutes, gangsters, everyone.
Yes.
And not a single platform blinked.
Exactly. And that's the thing. And he had even done another one previously about Jewish people in New York. And so this is what's so problematic, is that he does make, let's just talk the way it is, right? Tyler Oliveira does make content that effectively highlights these insular racial groups that do not assimilate into America and cause cultural problems inside of America. And I think that he tries to do so in a way that, in a lot of cases paints them in a bad light. Now, I think that bad light is deserved, but I think that it's accurate. But why is it that when Tyler Oliveira did this with 50 other groups of people, that nothing happened, but he does one about Jews and his entire account gets banned with no warning whatsoever? It's obviously a huge fucking piece of shit. It's total bullshit.
The moment I made a video about Hasidic Jews using welfare to support families of up to 8 to 10 kids, my sponsors pulled out. In fact,
thanks for letting me know. Unfortunately, we can't have our ad in that video. It's a no-go for the brand. Can you confirm blank won't be in this video?
in fact, old sponsors called me and said, hey, you need to delete the sponsorship we had in your video that's 2 years old. And the ADL even has the audacity to publish an article saying that my video harkens back to age-old anti-Semitic stereotypes.
What, that they can't drive? I thought that was an Asian stereotype. What are you talking about? And holy fuck, they had no idea how to drive. Every single bus had like 50 scrapes on the side of it. What are we talking? It's not even true. There wasn't even women driving. What stereotype are we talking about?
Stereotypes for asking Hasidic Jews what they do for a living and if they're on welfare. How do they afford 8 to 10 kids? Here's what I've learned. When they can't call you a liar, they attack your name. When attacking your name doesn't work, they pressure your sponsors. And you don't need the sponsors because you have the direct financial support from your viewers using websites like Patreon.
Then they try to attack your money.
They delete your Patreon.
That's right.
They don't want me to have a platform? Fine, I built my own. TylerRaw.com. No middlemen, no censorship.
Dude, I feel like that name, bro, people are gonna think that's porn.
Just the truth. My job is to ask uncomfortable questions and to start uncomfortable but important conversations, and it seems like I'm one of the few people on YouTube using my platform to do just that. If you want to support our mission to fight for the truth, no matter how many people it pisses off, then go to TylerRaw.com and get access to videos we can't upload on YouTube, exclusive bonus content, and early access to all of our videos. 2026, we're going to go harder than ever. They can pull the sponsors. They can delete accounts. The show doesn't stop till I'm 6 feet under.
That's right. Big dick. Never stop.
Full disclaimer, I am not suicidal.
Okay, I'll link you guys this video. I didn't see this. No, he got totally scammed. Patreon should come out and say something about this. Please elaborate on your point of view. Sure, I can elaborate. I think that it's outrageous that Tyler had his account banned on Patreon. I think he did absolutely nothing wrong. I think that all of his videos are completely, like, in a certain degree, factual. I think that he's not promoting any sort of bad content. He's not promoting violence. He's not violating the First Amendment. And he's not, I don't even really think, promoting hate. I think that leveraging criticism against a group of people for doing something that seems to be bad faith behavior, that's not racism. That's not hate speech. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes people people do things that are bad, and when they do, they should be called out for that. Whenever certain people think that they can hide behind their identity, their ethnicity, their nationality, or their religion in order to escape from accountability, I think that what they're doing is they're manipulating and taking advantage of the fact that we do have, in a lot of cases, a post-racial society. We do have a society that tries to treat everybody equal, and they manipulate and they take advantage of that goodwill, and they use it for their own selfish best interests so they can continue scamming Americans, scamming taxpayers, and scamming ultimately just good faith people by being a piece of shit. So yeah, that's what I think. I think that these people are completely bad faith. I think Tyler should get his account reinstated. And I think Patreon should apologize to him for deleting it for a reason that's totally invalid. And yeah, say that you're not suicidal too. I'm not really. And actually, no, I'm not. And yeah, let's stop right there.